Right, back for part 2. This is I was talking about the GameCube and Animal Crossing. Now I had the cable, and if I show you, if I can find my cable, you could plug it in and you could connect it to the Game Boy Advance, and it unlocked like a little summer house that you could only go to if you linked up the Game Boy Advance. It was kind of like when you were playing Wind Waker and you hooked it up, you would actually get these tingle points and everything that would come up on the map on the Game Boy, and it would give you like extra stuff. The other one was Crystal Chronicles and Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. So it'd be something to show off, but I don't know how feasible it'd be with the camera. After that, we got a PS2 at Christmas. That was meant to be a family one, and that was a full fat PS2 that I played quite consistently. Some game, I was like, Burnout was my real game of choice. I loved Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge, and played them pretty avidly. I bought a lot of other games. It's just like Kingdom Hearts 2. I still have. So most of my collection is still, all of my collection is still there. I remember getting ISS, and I wasn't a big football game fan at the time, so didn't really play it. I think I sold that back. And Donald Duck's Quack Attack, which I'm annoyed that I sold that back, because that was actually really good. I quite enjoyed that game. And somehow I've still got some of the crappy ones. I've just noticed that some of the ones that my sister bought is there, and it's like, oh no. So you see like Pop Idol and stuff like that. Might have to put that into trade if anybody actually wants it, because sure as hell I don't. But PS2 worked for a while, and then I bought like a region free thing for it. So I was buying like import DVDs for it for a while, because I had the memory card to actually override the region coding. And I think that happened on the Xbox as well, but it seemed to sell out really quickly. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I sold that on when I actually got a region-free DVD player anyway. But the disc drive needed cleaning, the lens needs cleaning, and it wouldn't read the game discs, or wouldn't read DVDs. It was one of the two. It would read one or the other. And so I sneakily gave it to my sister, because I thought I could get it to work better if I gave it a little bit of a clean out, but obviously I think she told me it didn't actually work. So after watching Luke Morris's video, I could probably go in there and clean it up, but I don't think she's really bothered anymore. So I bought a PS2 Slim because something came out right after, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2 or something, came out right after I gave it to her. And therefore I was just like, I wanted to get back in my PS2 gaming. Next up, after that, I would have thought it would have been my 360. So I bought the 360 on day of launch. I was just talking about this in the comments from my last video. I bought it with PGR3, Perfect Dark Zero, and Cameo. And I love Cameo. I think it's quite underrated as a game, actually, to be fairly honest. I quite liked it. Finished it. It was pretty damn good. Perfect Dark I couldn't get into. The multiplayer was alright, but like I was talking about, there's some scary conversations that went on there. I'm presuming they still continue and stuff like Call of Duty and everything, but it was just like, there was one that was like a guy came up and said, "My mama don't let me shut the door at night." It was like, what the hell? There was a bit where this kid was just like shouting, and me and my mate were just said, "It's about 2 in the morning." It's like, 2 in the morning? It's not. It's about 4 in the afternoon. Said, "Where you live? Go away." It's just like, off topic, right? But I still love my 360. I haven't really played it often enough as I used to, so I really have to go back to it. Recently I've picked up Alien Breed, so I switched it on the other day, and I've been using it more for the Sky player inside it than I have been for actually using it to watch, to actually play games in it. Next bought the Wii, and I bought that on day of launch. Not the midnight launch though, because Game somehow stupidly in Dundee thought it was unhealthy to come out for a midnight launch for the Wii, even though Game Station across the road was doing it. It was a whole weird thing at the time in Dundee. I don't know why, but I went and bought it at 8 o'clock in the morning. They opened early at 8 o'clock in the morning, but they didn't actually open at midnight. So all my flatmates actually pre-ordered it in Game Station, and they all had it, and they were all mucking about in it, and I couldn't get mine. I was like, no. But I bought it with Super Monkey Ball, Wii Play, and I had Wii Sports in it, I think. And I absolutely hate Wii Play. I've just never got on with it. But like I say, I've actually found a newfound respect for the Wii. I've gone through the last few months and found out a lot of really good games that I still have to pick up for it. Plus I've got a load of really good games for it. So I do think there's at least about 35 games for that Wii that you probably should own it and are instantly actually probably playable. So I do think it's quite underrated as a console. I think it's quite made fun of because of what it was at launch, and at launch it was, for anybody proper game, it was just terrible, but it has got a lot better. I want to see how this vitality sensor works actually as well, because when I'm putting I'm feeling it would be quite good for trauma center, because like you keep your heartbeat down or something to keep reassure the patient or something. Maybe something like Phoenix Wright that could work as well. I was trying to figure out ways maybe of using a vitality sensor to see how it could work. I don't know. After that, I went back and I've gone to my retro collecting, so that I picked up the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo pretty much out of Game Station pretty cheap. And Mega Drive 2 I think I took back because it didn't work. No, I didn't get a Mega Drive 2 out of there. I got a Mega Drive 2 out of Console Passion, and it was modified with the switches to multi-region it. And I bought a SNES out of there and gave it out of Game Station, and gave it to my flatmate Craig, and he has it, my original SNES, and then bought a SNES off eBay that was pre-modified with a 50-60 Hz switch and the multi-regioner, and then they spray painted the blue, which is the one I have at the moment. I am thinking of getting Japanese equivalents for both, but that's something probably quite far down the pipeline after I've got another few systems that I really want. I got the DS around before that, 360 and everything, completely out of order, but I got the DS, the original DS, 3 months before it came out in the UK, because I got a Japanese one near enough at launch, imported over, and I got stiffed by the customs, and it was like 40 quid for customs, plus my 30 quid shipping TNT, and it was like from PlayAsia. So I've never trusted PlayAsia since then. It just pissed me off. But I got I use Yes Asia instead of PlayAsia, and they usually say no customs bills and no shipping, and so you basically I find it a lot easier for me. But it's dependent, to each their own. I did the same thing. I got Yes Asia and got the DSi, which is dark blue. I thought that was going to be the only dark blue that come out, because when the DS Lite came out, the dark blue, navy blue stayed in Japan and never went anywhere. So I thought that would be the same thing, and then they've released it in the UK. So I thought, I feel stupid. But I can access the Japanese DSi store, which means I can get anything that quite decent out of there. I haven't really looked in a while, but I'll be having a look soon to probably figure that out. Last is going to be my PS3. I picked that up at Christmas 2007. So it's the fat one. No, sorry, 2008, 2007, no. 2008 Christmas, I got that with 4 games. That was Resistance 2, Little Big Planet, Fallout 3, and Lost. And I've yet to play Lost. I don't want to. I like the series. it's confusing me at the moment. Series 6 is a bugger, but yeah, Lost has been pretty damn. But the PS3 is basically, I've used it more for this iCreate to actually put videos up than I have to be playing games on it. I loved Little Big Planet though. I just played that for ages. I loved it, and I love the creativity of it, but I haven't actually used the editor at the moment. I just got into other user created levels. That's pretty much bang up to date, apart from after that I bought the Famicom last summer. Just before I started making videos, basically about 2 weeks afterwards, because I'd been reading up with Luke Morse and other people with Famicoms, and I went off and bought a Famicom plus the disc system. But aye, that's pretty much as up to date. So that is my gaming history. That took about 20 minutes. This is Evil Slothman.